Hello and welcome to Explore TV. My name's Trevor Cochrane. Now, every week I'm lucky enough to take you to another beautiful part of the world to inspire you, to explore it and take holidays. Now this week, well, we're catching up with a good friend of mine. Claudia Bertarella Cal has been telling me all about the north of Bali, a place that most people haven't experienced, and even further north than that, Flores Island and the amazing Komodo Islands, home to those incredible dragons. That's what you're going to see today, so sit back, relax and enjoy. We begin our journey in Kuta, which many people believe represents the true Balinese people and lifestyle. But our journey couldn't be any further from the hard tourism and fast pace of the streets here. In this episode, we'll explore West Bali National Park and the surrounding islands, and then travel to the ancient island of Flores, which is famous for the discovery of the Hobbit people.
Bali is one of about 17,500 islands that make up the Indonesian archipelago. The island's about 153 kilometres wide and 112 kilometres from north to south, with a population of about 4.2 million people. As we all know, Bali is famous for its amazing beaches, coral reefs, forested volcanic mountains and beautiful rice paddies. And for that reason, about 1 million Australians visit here every year. It's called the Island of the Gods for very good reason. Kuta Beach is considered one of the best coastal stretches here. But with all the accommodation, restaurants and shopping options, it's hard to believe that it used to be a simple fishing village. But what made Kuta a mecca for visitors from around the world and transformed it was the breaks. This is a surfing paradise. Women in Bali are generally reserved, but one 22-year-old surfer is making waves on the world circuit. That's Dia Rahayu, and she started surfing when she was just 12 years old, taking up the sport with her dad. Dia is a highly sought-after ambassador for the world's leading brands, like South Sea pearl producer Atlas Pearls. Dia, how's the surf looking today?
A little bit small, but still okay. And the wind is good and the weather like so bright, shiny.
It's a beautiful day.
It's perfect.
It's not very common for Indonesian girls to surf. Why is that?
They're really scared about the sun and like dark skin from long time ago, because no woman surfing in Indonesia, especially in Bali, but now it's getting started. The girls now more, like open-minded, trying to surfing, getting more better than last few years ago.
As a pro surfer, how do you feel about being a role model for those girls?
I'm so happy, and hopefully for the next upcoming years, get more girls and the next generation just be proud of it.
Dia's not the only local making waves. Another young star is the extremely humble Miss World finalist Maria Rahajeng. She was Miss Indonesia in 2014 and is now the first Indonesian TV host for E-News Asia. I met up with Maria across the road from Kuta Beach at the spectacular Sheraton Bali Kuta Resort to talk about travel and her love of northern Bali.
I actually love to travel and to just explore the northern part of Bali. It's just such a beautiful place. There's Lofina, there's Janidasa, and not a lot of people know about these places, and it's just such a peaceful area of Bali.
There's no doubt about it, these young women are glamorous, but it's got me curious about the beautiful Indonesian South Sea pearl that Atlas is farming.
Coming up, we explore the pearl farming process and hit the water on one of the world's top dive locations in the north of Bali.
In the far north of the Island of the Gods, you'll discover Plataran Village. Not many tourists make the drive up here, making it the perfect place to discover the real beauty of this amazing island and its charming people. It's a totally different experience to the Bali many people know. The crater lakes and waterfalls are impressive. We visited the breathtaking Munduk waterfall, about a 30-minute walk through amazing tropical jungle. Northern Bali also has quiet beaches, incredible diving and snorkelling opportunities, or you can tour the Atlas Pearl Farm. The pearls are harvested from their 5 pearl farms throughout the Indonesian archipelago and one in West Papua. Each pearl produced has been touched by at least 3,000 hands before it's harvested. All of the pearl technicians here are women because the job requires a great deal of delicacy. The South Sea pearls are grown in these beautiful nutrient-rich waters. But did you know that pearl meat is also a delicacy? And more chefs are taking to the pearl meat to create incredible dishes.
You've got me pearl meat to try.
Are you ready?
I think so. What can I expect, Claudia?
Well, it's a little bit like a scallop, but not really. It all depends on how it's cooked.
That is fabulous. A delicious meal is followed by some local culture and music presented by the children from the Benny Cassie or Seeds of Love orphanage. They're performing tonight to raise funds for a new orphanage as they've outgrown their existing premises. And you can support them by making a donation. Simply visit this website. Claudia, thank you so much for bringing me here. I never imagined Bali as a place of this absolute wilderness, but it's actually got it. We've got wildlife wandering around the outside of us. This is just gorgeous, and it's just down the road from the pearl farm.
It's a really stunning location. I'm so glad you came with me. North Bali is a must-see for anyone that wants that truly authentic experience. And look at this amazing marine environment.
The Plataran Menjangan Resort is part of the West Bali National Park. The wildlife here is plentiful at night, and you will find barking deer around the resort. Imagine watching the sunset from your spa before heading to the Octagon restaurant for dinner and a drink at the infinity pool. Now, you know I'm a bit of an explorer and I love activities. What can you do around this area?
So much to do, but one place that you have to see is this island behind us, Menjangan Island.
Right.
One of the best dive spots in the world. You're going to love it.
Sold. If you want to see abundant marine life, beautiful coral and the best wall diving in the world, then this is the place to go. Menjangan Island is also part of the West Bali National Park, and the warm waters here offer amazing visibility that can reach over 50 metres. Can't wait to do this dive. There's a whole bunch of activity. Harry here is pointed out there's Bat Cave behind us, yes, but it's what's under the water that I'm really excited about. Shall we do it, Harry?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. The fish life here is prolific, and you might even get the chance to see a giant whale shark as they cruise these plankton-rich waters. The wall dive itself drops from 10 metres to well over 60 metres, and the diving here is great, particularly if you're certified. You can have a go at wreck, reef and drift diving, so basing yourself at the resort and then heading out over a few days is a smart way to do it.
So
wow,
how was it?
That has to be the best dive. It just drops 50 metres as soon as you hit fish, lionfish, Harry. Yes. Awesome fish, hey?
Awesome.
And you know what? I've got in that pocket a little present for you. Thanks, mate. Claudia, look at that.
Wow.
How rare are wild pearl shells?
I think if you're lucky, every 25,000 will
have something in it.
Yeah, it will have something in it. Oh, amazing. I
It's
want
so
to look
cool.
inside.
I wonder what's in there.
I wonder.
The island is also important for Balinese Hindus who often make a pilgrimage to one of the 4 temples here, including Pura Gili Kinkana, believed to be the oldest in Bali. Wow, how cool is that? That was just such a great dive. I just can't believe that you would have wild pearl shells growing down there.
I think you're very lucky, and I want to know what's in there. Do you think there's a pearl? Should we crack it?
Well, unfortunately, we can't do that, or fortunately, maybe for the population, because this is a part of a national park, so it's got to go back.
Oh.
We'll let that go back, but we'll go back and have a nice drink.
Gone. That's it.
Coming up, we head to Flores Island, the gateway to the Komodo National Park. And later in the show, we dive with the majestic manta rays.
It takes a little bit of magic to grow a living gem like a South Sea pearl, and nothing is quite as beautiful. Producing a pearl requires a great deal of balance between nature and science. Couple that with the dedication and hard work of pearl farmers and a truly nutrient-rich environment like this. An extensive 3 to 5 year process is involved from hatchery to harvest. The larvae are fed algae in a controlled environment until they grow to 1 millimetre and are then sent out to sea. The most suitable shells for pearling are carefully hand-picked based on health, size, shape and colour. Lulu Emilia shows us the selection process.
We are in the grading area. This is the selection. We select from, separate the small one and a big one.
And how old are the ones? How old are the oysters that we're looking at?
It's about 8 to 9 months.
And to actually get a pearl from, say, the 20 oysters in a net, how many pearls do you get from that?
It's about 50%.
The oysters stay here until they reach maturity and can be seeded. During this time, each oyster is being monitored and cleaned at regular intervals to ensure they grow harmoniously and free of any predators. It's a bit like a monthly spa treatment. Shells are suitable for seeding at sexual maturity, which is about 2 years. A piece of mantle tissue is cut from another South Sea pearl oyster and is then laid on the nuclei to trigger the formation of the pearl. This is where the very talented pearl technicians seed the pearls. These women are considered masters of their craft because of their delicate hands. Many of them are former dancers, so their agile fingers give them the advantage with this intricate job. Next, the live oysters are moved from the hatchery here in northern Bali to the 5 pearl farm locations to help mitigate risks of natural disasters and pollution. We follow the oysters to the Pungu Island Pearl Farm as we continue our journey to Flores Island. Trevor, welcome to Flores.
Oh, Claudia, I have been to some pretty amazing places on this planet. This is so beautiful.
It is
Look at
truly
it.
gorgeous, truly gorgeous. And there's so much to show you.
Yeah.
I want to take you to Pungu Island, where Atlas Pearls have a farm there.
Okay, I'd love
and
to see
also
that.
the Komodo Island. Of course, you've heard of the Komodo dragon.
With the dragons?
With the dragons. So much to do.
All right, well, let's watch the sunset first.
Gorgeous.
The town of Labuan Bajo is a charming port in the western end of the island of Flores. Once a small fishing village, it's now attracting many visitors, and it's the gateway to the Komodo Islands. It is the perfect base to discover the wonderful surrounding islands and volcanic lake, or maybe dive the pure waters teeming with sea life. The Plataran Komodo Resort and Spa is surrounded by awe-inspiring coral reef and only a short boat ride from the main town. You can relax and enjoy this luxurious beachside retreat, or the friendly staff can assist you with your daily adventures.
We continue to follow the journey of the pearl oysters as we head out to Pungu Island to see how the pearl is born after 4 to 5 years of hard work and commitment. Trevor, we've arrived on beautiful Pungu Island.
It is so beautiful.
Now, you and I have had the luxury of travelling from North Bali by plane, so it only took us an hour and a half. But for those oysters, they make a 3-day journey by sea to get here, and this is the production stage where we actually get to see what the oyster delivers, that magic pearl.
Okay, and that's all because of these incredible pristine waters around the outside of us?
It is. It's all about nature, and look at where we are. We met up with Pungu project manager Nathan Jumbu on the processing pontoon.
So Claudia, this morning we've brought in some pearl shell from the lines and we've taken the pearl shell out of the nets, given them a bit of a quick clean. Once they've been cleaned, we put them into the tanks over there, let them rest for an hour, and then once the technician's ready, we'll bring a basket full of those shell to her, and then Erin will now do the operation and hopefully bring us a beautiful, beautiful pearl.
So after 4 years of hard work, this is it, the moment of truth.
This is truth.
Look at that.
So that's a nice 10 mil pearl.
It sure is.
So hopefully the next one will be a little bit bigger and just as good.
Congratulations, you must feel very proud when you get one of those.
It's always nice to see a beautiful product coming out of our shell.
Each pearl is carefully graded according to 5 virtues, including size, shape, shade, shine and surface. Matching pairs of pearls is important when making things such as earrings or pearl strands. It's estimated that 5,000 oysters have to be operated to get a chance to match a pair of round 11mm white gem quality pearls. It will take an average of 1 million pearls to be able to create a matching strand. Here is another delivery of beautiful South Sea pearls. Look at those.
Wow.
It's pearls like this that'll create a strand that I'm wearing.
That strand is absolutely gorgeous.
It can take a couple of harvests to actually get a strand like this, so up to 10 years because you have to match each of the pearls.
Wow. Well, we've got some really good news, because if you would like to win a beautiful strand of pearls like this, valued at $5,000, thanks very much to Atlas Pearls, all you have to do is check out our website. Make sure you enter. It's going to be drawn on Mother's Day. Perfect
It is.
timing.
I love it.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. There's some really lovely
I
stuff.
think it's mine, actually.
Claudia, return the strand. Claudia? Stay with us as we meet up with the prehistoric Komodo dragons and show you the awe-inspiring diving in these pristine waters. Another day in paradise, another adventure. So we set off on a sailing trip never to be forgotten on a traditional Indonesian finisi. You can hire this beautiful sailing ship from the port and sail the islands around Flores. You can even have your own magical Titanic-inspired moment. The Komodo National Park has a prehistoric history equally as fascinating as that of Flores. It's a World Heritage UNESCO protected national park that was established in 1980 and has been carefully protected by rangers for almost 40 years. The park is made up of 29 islands, but it's Rincha Island that we're headed to today. The park's entire biodiversity is fascinating, and it's a chance to go back in time to a very different world, one dominated by the man-eating prehistoric giant lizard, the Komodo dragon. There are other terrestrial species on the island as well, like the Timor deer, which happens to be the main food source for the dragons. Komodo dragons usually live for up to 30 years, and they are the largest species of lizard existing on the planet today. They grow up to 3 metres long and weigh up to 70 kilos. I've never seen anything quite like these guys. They are the #1 top-of-line predator here. So you have to either go with a ranger or a guide who's qualified. When these guys take off, they can run at 18 kilometres an hour. All you have to do is be bitten. It doesn't matter if you escape. The teeth have this bacteria on there, and within 24 hours, you get blood poisoning. And in a very short period of time after that, they've hunted you down. They can smell blood from well over a couple of kilometres away. So they're great hunters.
There are different treks you can do on Rincha and Komodo Islands depending on your time and physical condition, and these include magnificent views across the islands. The giant lizards aren't the only drawcard to the national park. The stunning beauty of these islands will simply astound you. The protected area features coral reefs, mangroves and bays with more than 1,000 different species of fish. There's whales and dolphins, manta rays. What more could you want right here? So we sailed out to Romantic Island, where Captain Jack said we might see some manta rays. After a glorious voyage, Trevor loads up the dive gear and hits the water.
The diving here is simply breathtaking. The underwater life includes over 70 species of marvellous sponges, anemones in every colour and shape, and the area is home to over 10 dolphin species, 6 whale species, and very friendly green turtles, including this one, who gets bored quickly, yawns, and dozes off. A bit further on, and the water becomes very active, with plankton now obvious in the water and thousands of tiny coral fish feeding. We see our first manta ray, and she's absolutely impressive at 4 metres wide. There are not many places on the planet where you can get up so close and personal to such a magnificent creature. She is fearless, and she simply cruises by, feeding on microscopic plankton. My adrenaline goes up a notch as a huge black male and another female fly past at the same time, circling us without any fear. At this moment, I realise that this is the type of experience that you can have here every single day of the week. This is a wondrous place. Claudia, thank you so much.
Cheers, my
cheers to beautiful northern Bali, the Komodo Islands, Flores. I have just fallen in love with this part of the world. And this reminds me very much of the old Bali that I knew maybe 30 years ago, the one that most people fell in love with before it became really developed.
I like to call it another Bali that a lot of visitors don't get to see, but Indonesia has so many well-kept secrets just like this.
Yeah, the Pearl Farm was one of them for me. It was a real revelation. That was something pretty cool. And we've got that great competition too.
That's right, win an Atlas Pearl Strand. Stunning.
Make sure you check out our website. You can get all the information from there. I'm Trevor Cochrane. This is Claudia Bertorello-Cal. We'll look forward to seeing you again for another episode of Explore TV really soon.